Welcome, people, to episode 4 of my best bits. In this episode, we're going to look at Slovakia. Slovakia is a very, very interesting country. Um, I would say Slovakia is the heart of Central Europe because of its location and because of its people. I found Slovakia quite interesting to explore. The people were quite different from other people I've come across in other countries. Um, the Slovaks know how to have good fun. The Slovaks are quite engaging as well. They tend to engage with people a lot. They were quite friendly. Um, I think Slovakia is one country that people need to obviously visit. Um, Slovakia is also very similar to some countries across Central Europe as well. There were a lot of similarities in terms of how it looks, especially Bratislava. Bratislava had a lot of similarities with other cities that I've been to in Central Europe. Okay, so let's go through my trip to Slovakia. Um, the first video I'll show you is the video of me exploring the smallest shopping center in Bratislava, and it's called Central Bratislava, I think. Enough talking, enjoy. So I decided to explore Slovakia just to see how it is to be a tourist here. I'm sure a lot of you have seen my video in Poland, and I just wanted to understand the similarities between Bratislava and Poland. Also, you'd remember that I checked out the shopping center in Poland, and it was quite interesting to see very, very similar shops that they have in the UK. And I've got a strong feeling they have similar shops here as well. I came here this morning, and I've explored already to see what they have around the town center area, and I've spoken to some of the locals already, and I must say the Slovakians are so chilled out. They're very similar to the people of Krakow. I know it sounds weird to compare, but they are quite similar, if not even much more chilled out compared to the guys from Krakow. Okay, enough talking. Let's explore and see what they have in central Bratislava. Okay, so this is their main shopping center, and it's about 7 p.m. and I'm just trying to see what sort of things we can do at this time. I'm not looking to have dinner here at all because you would normally not get the sort of food you want in a shopping center. So I'm going to obviously go out later tonight and see what I could have for dinner. Obviously I've got to have their local delicacy like I normally do. I'm not looking to have any junk food tonight. And I might also explore their nightlife as well. Okay, they've got Starbucks. So that's just normal anyway. So you would always see Starbucks in every single shopping center you go to in Europe anyway. I thought it would be very, very useful to let you know this. So what I noticed in Slovakia is they do allow dogs in their shopping center. I don't think I saw that in Poland, but I did see that in Slovakia. There were a lot of dog owners, bringing their dogs into the shopping center. And I found that really, really strange because I've never ever seen that before. There was even a time a guy was standing next to me whilst I was sitting down, and he had a really, really big dog literally staring at me. So I found that, I found the whole thing quite weird because I've never seen it before. But I thought it would be useful to let you know anyway. Keep enjoying the video. Bratislava, which I honestly doubt. Since I've been here, it's been quite good so far. I came around 11 o'clock in the morning, so I had the opportunity to explore. Let me go to the next floor and see what they have. I think this shopping center has like I think it's got 2 floors. So actually, it's got 3 floors. It's got a basement -1, but I think that's just the toilet, and floor 1 and 2. So let's see. Also, what I did notice is they don't have a lot of tourists in the area, and that might be because not a lot of people visit Bratislava. Although when I did my research, it did say that about 1 million people come to Bratislava every year. So it'll be interesting to see how many people are out there tonight to kind of give you an understanding of how Bratislava is. So this is -1. I thought it was just the toilet, but I think there's a lot more going on here. Regarding tourism in Slovakia, I'm not sure if a significant amount of tourists visit Slovakia. I did see some tourists actually in Bratislava, but I wouldn't say it was significant because I've been to so many countries across Europe, and usually their capital cities are very, very busy, especially the tourist sites. So in Bratislava, there were a number of tourists in the old town and in certain parts, but I felt it wasn't as busy as I expected it to be. Also, I remember I went to a shisha bar the night I arrived in Slovakia, and the guys in the shisha bar, the guys that worked there, were saying to me, "What the hell are you doing in Bratislava, of all places to come to?" So I think the locals as well don't really see why people come to Bratislava, which I found interesting. Um, okay, so whilst I was in the shopping center, I did explore the supermarket in there, which I found really interesting. So I want you guys to watch this because this was one of the interesting bits that I really enjoyed. Interesting. This is a very interesting shopping center, by the way. It's not one I'm used to anyway. So they've got groceries. I might actually get myself a drink. I'm quite thirsty. Okay, they've got wine as well. So I'm not sure if they have Slovakian wine or alcohol, because some countries have their local wine. But I'll find out probably tonight or tomorrow, because I'm going to look at the bars today. So they might tell me if they have local wine in Slovakia. But yeah, interesting. This is one of the most dead supermarkets I've most dead supermarkets I've ever been to. The ones I normally go to are quite busy and they have a lot of people, but it might just be that because this one is based in this in the shopping center, it might just be that not a lot of people come here. Okay, so still looking around. I'm just looking to see if I can get a drink or anything to obviously quench my thirst. If not, I'll check a different store. I need something cold. It's quite warm today. It's so weird. I'm wearing a jacket, but it's still quite warm outside. I've only worn a jacket just in case it gets cold. But the weather has been okay actually. When I came here, it was around 21 degrees. So actually, there was no need for a jacket, but it's always good to wear one just in case. Okay, so where are their drinks? So let's look at prices. I like to compare prices when I go to foreign countries. It's always good to kind of compare the prices and see if you get better value in that particular country. So drinks. Where are the drinks? Okay, I think they have a fridge. Okay, so we've got Red Bull. That's €1.39. That looks similar to the prices in the UK anyway. I don't think it's far off at all. Actually, the prices might be similar though, because in Poland they have a different currency. They have Polish zloty, so things are much more cheaper, which makes sense. But here they use euro, so I suppose the prices would be similar across the board. And when I mean across the board, across all countries within Central Europe and Western Europe, because if they all use the same currency, I suppose the prices would be quite similar. Okay, so what should I get to drink? I'm somewhat confused. Let me try. They've got these drinks at the bottom. I don't know what the hell it is, but it'll be good to try. Okay, let's try that. Yeah, let's try that. So I'm gonna get this drink, then we're going to explore around the shopping center. I'll probably check out the nightlife in Bratislava. I was told that the Bratislavan nightlife is really good. They do have a lot of tourists that come in from various parts of Europe, including the UK. A lot of stag do's are done here, so it'll be interesting to see. I've got a feeling that in terms of prices, the prices are going to be quite similar to what you get across Europe. When I came here today, I did check some shops to kind of see how much they sell stuff, and it was somewhat similar. Also, they have a lot of kebab shops around here. I don't know why. They just have so many kebab shops around this city. They have a lot of Chinese restaurants as well. But they did have a lot of Chinese restaurants in Poland as well. So it might just be a Central Europe thing, or a European thing, because they have a lot of Chinese restaurants in the UK as well. So I'm just going to scan this and see how much it is. It will probably be like €1 or so, who knows. So I'm going to buy this, then obviously we would continue exploring. Okay, so the drink I picked in the supermarket was a popular drink actually in Slovakia. A lot of my Slovakian subscribers commented on the video when I published it a few months ago, and they said, "Oh, Kofola is a popular drink." I think they said it's just like Coke in Slovakia. So let's just call Kofola the Slovakian Coke, basically, Coca-Cola. Also, I did notice that they charge a fee for, using plastic bottles. So you normally pay an additional amount of money if you buy stuff in plastic. But apparently, if you return the bottle, then you get your money back, basically. So it was quite interesting anyway, because in most countries, they don't really charge you for buying drinks or water in plastic. So it was quite strange to pay that. But I totally understand. The whole point was to stop people from, the whole point is to stop people from using plastic, basically. Okay, let's keep watching the video, and let's see what I got up to. So a lot of the shops are quite dry. I think it's because of the time. I think they have that shop in the UK, Martino. Yeah, so a lot of the shops are dry because of the time, I suppose. I'm definitely sure it gets busier later. Okay guys, let's check the final floor they have. I'm going to floor 2. I think all they have here is literally like restaurants, and they'll probably have things like McDonald's, I guess. But let's check it out anyway. So I spoke to one of the ladies that works here, and she did say that they have a very, very, very big shopping center in Bratislava. It's called Nivy. So I might go and check that out later on tomorrow. I can't obviously do that tonight. It's way too late. Oh yeah, like I said, they've got McDonald's. I'm totally right. And they've got other local restaurants here as well. I'm not going to try anything tonight in the shopping center. I'll go out and see what they have. I'll probably look for a Slovakian restaurant to go to. I'm always encouraging people in all my videos to have the local food. Like when I went to Poland, I did have a lot of Polish food, so I do recommend all the time to people to always try the local delicacy. I wonder what this place is. It looks like a gym. Oh yeah, it is a gym. It smells like it as well. Yeah, so this is the final or last floor in the shopping center. I said final. This is the last the last floor in the shopping center, floor 2. So this is all they have in floor 2. So feel free to come here and have something to eat if you are visiting. I always tell people don't go McDonald's though, yeah? you can have McDonald's in your local country. I don't advise you to have it when you go abroad. So, like I said earlier, I usually don't advise people to have certain types of food when they go abroad. And that's like McDonald's, Burger King, KFC. Although it's good to have it like every now and then, like it might be that you went on a tour early in the morning and you just want a quick snack. It might be okay for you to have McDonald's, but it's always good to try the local food, which is what I try to do. I'm not saying I don't have McDonald's at all. Sometimes you might not be able to help it. It might just be what's available at that time. But I do implore you to try the local delicacies, or delicacies, pardon me. I think that's all for the shopping center. Just before we move on to the next bit of the video, which is in Old Town Bratislava. What you need to do when you go to Slovakia is to find a local restaurant that is quite good in terms of reviews. So check the reviews properly. If the reviews are very good, then obviously the restaurant is quite good. I did go to a number of good Slovakian restaurants. The food was really good. Moving on, Old Town Bratislava. So the Old Town in Bratislava was quite interesting. A lot of tourists spend time in that particular part of Bratislava because that's where everything happens, literally. So a lot of the good Slovakian restaurants are in that area in Old Town. And also there's a lot of touristic buildings and sites within Old Town Bratislava. I really want to go back to Old Town Bratislava because I felt I didn't do as much as I wanted to. So I might pay Bratislava another visit, maybe sometime next year. Maybe during summer actually. Just go to Bratislava for a few days and maybe go to another city in Slovakia as well to explore. Okay, so let me take you around Old Town Bratislava, and hopefully you enjoy my exploration. Historical center. So what that means is this is actually a touristy area and is obviously a place to visit. So in most places across Europe and across Asia and across the Middle East, they do have an old town, and it's always good to check out how old towns are to give you a taste of the country's culture. So let me take you around this old town and let's see what the old town has to offer. Okay, so just walking around the old town area, I can see that there's a lot of tourists around, as expected anyway. If they don't have any tourists around, I'll be shocked. So I came here yesterday to kind of, understand what sort of things can be done in this particular area. And it was really busy. A lot of English accents, a lot of American accents. So that tells you there were a lot of British and American around. Also, there were a lot of people like drinking and having good vibes in general. So in terms of things to do, obviously they have fancy restaurants around. I'm not sure of the prices. It might be expensive, it might be cheap. I've got no idea. But I might go to one of the restaurants today. And if I go to any restaurant, it's got to be a Slovakian restaurant. Oh, I think that's a Slovak traditional restaurant. So I might go there today actually. Okay, yeah, so that looks like a good one actually. So I might go in there today. Slovak traditional restaurant. And also I've noticed that they put like, they normally put like a fur type cloth on the chairs, and I think it's to keep you warm. So I'm going to compare this old town to that of Krakow and Warsaw. I could already see people telling me, how dare you compare Krakow and Warsaw to the old town in Bratislava. But I think I'm allowed to anyway. I don't think there's anything that stops me from doing that anyway. I'm allowed to obviously compare various old towns just to give you an insight of how I feel. So this particular old town, to me, it looks quite old. If you look at all the structure or all the buildings, I mean, it's got an old vibe. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. So if you look at these buildings, for example, they do look quite old. So it shows that they are old buildings that are well maintained. So that's a good thing. So I would say, first impression, it looks good. It looks old. It looks well maintained. There's significant amount of tourists around. It's got a number of alleyways, which I like. I always like it when they have alleyways like this. So yeah, so it's an interesting place to be, I would say. Moving on. So what I did yesterday as well was I spoke to a number of people that work here, just to kind of understand the busy times, when customers normally come, what sort of things you expect when you come to the old town. And they were quite insightful and helpful anyway, so that was really good. I wonder what building this is. Looks like a good building. I mean, a nice building. I mean, I said good building. Okay, so that's the University Library in Bratislava. What I did as well, which I normally do, is I did watch a number of Old Town Bratislava vlogs, and I must say some buildings are quite popular. So this particular section in Old Town I did see in most vlogs, and I did see this particular hotel. So I'm so lucky to be able to record today, because the rain was quite heavy this morning. It's still kind of raining, so I might have to stop recording at some point. But the rain was quite heavy, and I had to obviously think of other options. But I must say I'm opportune to record. So this is another old building that looks like a university. Yeah, so it looks like a university building as well. So in most old towns as well, they always have particular themes. So the color of the building is normally very similar. It's normally like brick red or like yellowish for some reason. Also, I've noticed that they do have a number of embassies around. I'm not going to record the door because of security reasons, but it looks like they have the Portuguese embassy here. and that looks like the Republic of Albania as well. But I'm not going to go next to the door. They might not let you record the door for security reasons. But yeah, so as I was saying, old towns normally have a particular color or theme, which is quite interesting. Also, I really had a good time yesterday though. So obviously I've had a nice meal, so I decided just to take a walk around Old Town, and oh man, it was really good. You don't get any funny stares or things like that. Obviously I was the only black person walking around here. I didn't see any black person here aside from, actually I did see 2 black people, but they were selling stuff. They were not tourists. I think they live here. They must live here anyway because they sell stuff. But in terms of tourists, I think I was the only black tourist here. In terms of black people in general, I've seen a number of black people that work here in the town center area, and they were very, very nice. Most of them would come to you and say hello, which is quite good though. You go to certain countries and you know, you don't see a lot of your people there. I mean, a lot of black people there, but it was good to see some black people here. I did see some black people in Poland as well, so that was good as well. And I did talk to some of them as well on a personal level, so it was good. And it was good to see that they were doing well as well. So it's not just black people that are just there, you know, struggling. They were actually doing very well, so that's good to see. So I went to Bratislava during autumn, so it wasn't warm, but I think it would be good to go during summer, because I have a feeling that it might just be much more busier in the old town area, basically. So whilst I was exploring, I did meet somebody that saw me a day before. So the person said, "Oh, I saw you yesterday recording. Can I have your YouTube channel?" So it's interesting to see that people are paying attention to you. But yeah, the Slovaks are quite they're quite nice. I did like the old town a lot because of the way the buildings were, and also it felt really good walking around the old town area. You know, there's a lot to see actually, and for tourists that go there, there's a lot of pictures to be taken as well. So highly recommend Old Town Bratislava. Okay, I'm going to leave you to keep watching. It was just a break for me as well, because I felt I needed some more days to relax. So that's the main reason why. Also, if you come to Old Town, there's a particular thing that you would see here that you don't see elsewhere. So there's a man that sits. He doesn't sit actually, he stands on the ground basically, but his face is showing on the surface. Yeah, so I'll show you now. I think they call him man at work or something. So it's just literally a man. It's looking like he's working on the road, so more than half of his body is on the ground and his face is literally up. I'll show you in a minute anyway. Okay, so I told you guys that you know, there's a guy that is sitting, or he's standing, sorry, on the ground. So that's him anyway. So he's called, I mean, they call him man at work. So that's just him standing. I don't want to block people's picture, but that's him anyway. So a lot of people come here and take pictures when they see him anyway. I did see him the last time I came, which was a few years ago. So that particular figure has been there for a long time. So feel free to come and take a picture. Even some people say if you don't take a picture with that man, you haven't been to Bratislava. So it's one of the main touristy things that you need to see. So feel free to take a picture when you come to Bratislava. Okay, moving on. They do have a lot of shisha spots here as well. So when I came yesterday, I was looking for a place to smoke shisha, and I did find one. So if you're into shisha, you will definitely get it here. Also, in terms of customer service, the customer service in Bratislava is really good. I did see a number of customer reviews about certain places, and they were saying, oh, if you're not a local, they wouldn't obviously serve you properly. They only like serving Slovaks properly. That's not true. So all the places I've been to anyway, I was treated as a #1 customer. So customer service here is top notch. Don't listen to what anyone is saying. The Slovaks are nice. They're nice to everyone anyway. I don't think they single out people and provide good customer service to those people. Okay guys, I just spoke to a Slovak just now. He said, oh, I saw you yesterday recording, and I said, oh yeah? And he said, yeah, I did see you. So he was asking for my channel, and I just obviously told him my channel on YouTube. Okay, so a lot of the buildings here are very, very historical. Let me see what this building is. So Republic of Slovakia. I'm not sure if this is a council building, but it does look like one. So I would say it's a government building for Slovakia. And that's another government building here, but not a Slovakian government building though. Let me see. I don't know what building this. Oh, French. Okay, so that's a French embassy. So I think Old Town has a lot of embassies. It's just like certain parts of London where you'd see like embassies around. So they have a lot of embassies here. So I suppose for people that need consular services, they can come here. I don't think the Slovaks will be coming here for visas anyway, because the Slovaks are part of the EU and they wouldn't require a visa to go to France and to most European countries anyway. So I don't think they'll be coming here to get visas. I think most of the people that would come here are either residents of other countries that live here and they need consular services basically. But yeah, it's so interesting to know. I didn't know they had a significant amount of embassies around this area. Also, they do have so this Old Town is quite interesting as well. So it's not like they have just food and drinks and things like that. They have a lot of offices as well, so that's quite interesting to know. And they do have a lot of mini hotels. So that's one hotel there. So they have all these small hotels. I think what I need to do in the future as well is to kind of lodge into one of the small hotels to see how it is. I tend to stay in the bigger hotels, but sometimes people recommend that you go to the smaller ones. Because of how small they are, they're able to provide you fantastic customer service. So in the future, I'll definitely try the smaller hotels just to kind of see what sort of service you can get from that. Okay, moving on. We're still in Old Town Bratislava. I love saying Bratislava. What a wonderful name to have as a city. I'm trying my best to make sure I've covered all areas, because I know my subscribers. The next thing they're going to say is you haven't covered the whole Old Town. You haven't covered all areas of Old Town. So I'm trying my best to cover all areas. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk all the way back. I think there are certain areas I've missed, and I want to make sure I've covered it. Okay, so should you drive when you come to Bratislava? That's the question. I would say there's no point of driving if you're just going to hang around Bratislava, because I covered this in one of my videos where I said they've got good transport systems anyway, so I don't think there's any point. And a lot of the hotels will charge you for parking. So my hotel, for example, is charging 12 euros per day. Yeah, so to me, why spend 12 euros per day? Yeah, what you can actually do is you can walk around Bratislava. Most places, or most touristy places, are short distance anyway, so what's the point of spending significant amount of money to travel, or to rent a car, or to park a car? So my recommendation is just walk around. Also, that's good for you anyway, because you'd get good cardio. So I would say don't bother renting a car, just literally hi. Yeah. Do you live in Slovakia?
No, I don't actually.
Or you're a tourist?
Yeah, I am.
Whereabouts?
I'm from Nigeria, but I live in France.
Oh yeah, I live in England.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, I'm just here YouTubing.
Cool.
Yeah, cool. All right, take care. Yeah. Do you want to subscribe to my channel? Is that okay? I'll type it in. So he's from France. He's here to visit. It's always good to see people visiting. Have you got internet? Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Cool. So do you normally travel a lot?
This year I've been doing a lot of travel, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm actually just coming from Vienna.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's one of my videos. Oh, Vienna. I'm going to Vienna tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you find Vienna?
No, it was pretty nice.
Is it?
It's a super huge city as well, and so many nice things to do there.
Okay.
You would definitely enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Nice talking to you.
Nice talking
yeah,
to
take
you.
care, yeah?
Yeah, have a
cool.
good one.
Yeah. Okay, so he's Nigerian by origin, but he lives in France. So he's a lovely guy. Yeah, it's always good to talk to black people when you see them, isn't it? Because in my head I was thinking, does he actually live here? But it was good to talk to somebody that actually doesn't live here and is just here to visit. And he's also just been to Vienna, and I'm going to Vienna tomorrow, so I'm really looking forward to that trip. I know it's going to be a very interesting one. So I know I keep talking about going to Vienna, and I've not told you guys what time I'm planning to go. So I'm planning to travel around 9 o'clock in the morning. The journey is only like an hour, 10 minutes. So it's not far at all. So I should be getting to Vienna around 10 something. So it's going to be a very interesting one. And I'm looking to cover as much as possible when I get to Vienna. And I'm only spending one day anyway. I don't think I need more than a day. Although Vienna is quite big, but I don't think it's worth me sleeping over. So that'll be a very, very interesting one tomorrow. Okay, so I'm going to try to visit Bratislava Castle today. The main castle that most people go to anyway, if I have the chance and if it doesn't rain. If I don't do it this time, I'll probably do it on another trip. But yeah, so this is literally like an area that you can relax in as well if you visit. If you're tired of walking, then you might as well just sit here and chill. Unfortunately, guys, I couldn't make it to the Bratislava castle, and that's due to the limited time I had. Also, I had to plan towards my trip to Vienna and also to Brno in Czech Republic. So I had a lot going on, so I couldn't actually visit a lot of places I planned to visit in Bratislava. However, I do plan to visit again, like I said earlier in the video. So hopefully in the future, sometime in the future, I'm able to show you my Bratislava castle exploration. Okay, so I suppose we can move on from here. Um, I think it'll be good to show you um, how developed Bratislava is. Um, During my recording of this video, I was made aware that there is a very, very, very big shopping center in Bratislava called Nivy Mall. So I'd like to show you the shopping center because it's quite popular in Bratislava. Okay, guys, Nivy Mall, Nivy Mall, Nivy Mall. So, Nivy Mall, like I said, is the biggest shopping center in Bratislava. Although some of my Slovaks said nah, but yeah, I think it's the biggest. Anyways, it was really, really good to explore the shopping center. Um, I think it's quite new. I think it was built few years ago. Um, I did notice that it had a bus station as well at the bottom of the shopping center, which is quite similar to a lot of shopping centers across Central Europe. They tend to have a bus station um, at the bottom of the actual shopping center. Also, I did speak to a lot of Slovaks whilst I was exploring the shopping center. It was a good experience actually. Okay, so I'll leave you to enjoy my exploration of Nivy Mall. In the shopping center and do a comparison to the one I went to yesterday. So I went to a shopping center yesterday called Central Bratislava. It was really, really small. It was just 2 floors and it was quite cozy for a shopping center. Also, I did see a supermarket as well in the shopping center. So it'll be good to know if they have something similar here. Also, I just want to find out how many people shop here because this is a new shopping center they've just built. My Uber driver said it's a really good place to come to shop. My Uber driver used to live in the UK as well, so I'm sure he knows what he's talking about. Okay, so this is how Nivy shopping mall looks like, and I'm sure you can kind of, you know, see the similarities between this one and those that you'd find in the UK. So the shopping center seems empty, and the one I went to yesterday as well was quite empty. So I'm not too sure how people shop in Slovakia though, because their shopping centers seem to be very empty. I'm thinking it might be the weather today because it was raining slightly heavy before I came out of my hotel. Although the rain has kind of gone down slightly, but obviously it's still raining, so that might deter people from coming out. But it'll be good to know how many people actually come out shopping. I'm not sure if Slovakians have an appetite for shopping every weekend, but let's see. So I did find out later on the reason why the shopping center was dry. So I did visit Slovakia around, I think it was around late August or September, early September. I'm not too sure. But apparently, when I went, it was during school holidays. So that's the reason why there were not a lot of people in the shopping center. Um, don't quote me on when I went though, because it might not be August, September, but it was around autumn anyway. So um, I was told that people have gone on holidays because it's school holidays. So that's the reason why the shopping center was dry. But on a normal day, it's usually very busy. So don't think Nivy Mall is dry. Try visiting um, on a normal day, and you definitely have a good time. I did have a good time anyway. I did have a good time, regardless of how dry it was when I visited. Um, yeah, so let's keep watching. Walking their dogs in the shopping center. I've not really seen that elsewhere, but I've seen a lot of that here. Yesterday when I went to the smaller shopping center, there was a guy standing next to me, and he had this really big dog, and he was trying to talk to me, but I couldn't obviously understand what he was saying. But yeah, they do allow dogs here, which is really good, I suppose, for dog owners. So you can see some bits are quite empty at the moment, and that's because this is a brand new shopping center. So what I might do as well is to go into one of the shops to see how much they charge for certain items and compare that to the UK. Or to UK prices actually. Okay, so I've seen Zara now. So there's Zara here, and there are a number of shops I know, but I'm going to look for the Zara that sells clothes, because that one just sells Zara home products. That one. So I'm not really into going into shops to buy things like that. Okay, yeah, so I've seen the Zara clothing store. So let's see what the prices are. Oh, I think this is just for ladies. Where are the men's? Well, actually, I'm going to avoid this place, so I could hear music playing in the background, so I've got to avoid that due to copyright. This is very dry, the driest shopping center I've ever been to. Let's go upstairs. It might be much more busy there. Also, they have an information center like you'd normally get in every shopping center. Hi. Whereabouts is your bus station? Is down, yeah?
Take elevator on -1, directly on platform.
Okay, I'm just going to check out what you have upstairs, then come down later and see. Yeah, just looking around. Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a lovely lady. So basically, the bus station is downstairs, and I think that's where you could catch a bus to places like Austria, Hungary. So I'll check that out later. So in terms of traveling around Central Europe and neighboring countries from Slovakia, it's so easy to travel around. and that's quite similar to Poland as well. So in Poland they have places called an auto bus station, and literally you can catch buses to neighboring places like Hungary, Slovakia, where I am today, and Vienna as well in Austria. So I'm going to Austria tomorrow, but I'm catching a train, not a bus, because it's just much more quicker to catch a train. So I wouldn't be coming here tomorrow. I'll be going to the train station tomorrow, and it'll be so interesting to see how the train station is, because a lot of people are telling me that the Slovakian or the Bratislavan train station is quite crazy. So I would love to see it. Hey, you okay? Yeah. Yeah, so I'd love to see it. Okay, moving on. So there are some shops I've never heard about, like this one. I'll try to go into a store that doesn't play music, because what tends to happen is if there's music in the background and there's copyright on that song, then obviously I wouldn't be able to monetize this video in the future. So I need to avoid that. The whole purpose of shooting this video is to get monetized in the future, so I don't want to jeopardize that. So they've got a store here for the ladies. It looks really feminine. So for those watching, this is the biggest shopping center in Bratislava. So I'm just exploring to see what they have. They seem to have a lot of stores actually, but it's just not, I don't know, it's not just busy. I just don't know why it's not busy. Unfortunately, I can't come here again to see how busy it might get, because I don't really have time. In terms of prices anyway, so if you were to travel from, let's say, Bratislava to Vienna by train, it will cost you around £20, and that's quite cheap, to be honest, considering you're traveling to another country. Also, the Uber driver told me that Vienna would be a good place to go to because it's much more busier than Bratislava. I've been to Vienna before actually, and I've been to Bratislava before, obviously, but I never had the chance to actually explore it properly. So this is why I decided to come back to Slovakia to see Bratislava properly. And I must say, I came here yesterday and I've actually seen a lot. It's crazy. Like, I came around 11 in the morning and I've been opportuned to see a lot. So yeah, it was definitely worth me coming back. So still looking around, they've got another restaurant there. I'm not going to walk all over. I mean, I'm not going to walk there because I don't need to. Yeah, it's just too scanty. Like, there's hardly anyone here. So if you go to like if you go to Stratford, for example, on a Saturday, it's going to be jam-packed. There's literally like no space for you to walk in, but here you have all the space you want. So if you're a big baller and you've got money, then I suppose you can spend all your money here without anyone distracting you at all. So yeah, it's definitely a good place to shop. Yeah, but I'm just amazed on how empty it is. Just never seen any place as empty as this. Okay, so they have a floor actually for food only, which is interesting. I didn't think they would have one. I thought it was all mixed up, but they do have a special floor for food. And it seems to be quite busy here though, compared to the first and the second floor. So let's see what they have. Let's check out the food. Okay, so that looks like a coffee shop. It's called Yeme. I don't know if I pronounced that properly. Pardon me if I didn't pronounce that properly. Okay, they've got a wine shop here as well. I'm not sure if they sell Slovakian wine. Let me find out from the guys that work here. I think it'll be good. I think it'll be good to know whether or not Slovakians make wine. I've got one question. Does Slovakia make wine?
Yes.
Do you have? Okay.
And
So
we have some Slovak wines. Yeah.
is it? So what are the prices anyway? Just for my subscribers.
Prices for Slovak wines
Yes.
are from €4 to €100, €100.
So guys, you can hear that. So they do produce wine in Slovakia, and they range from €4 to €100.
It depends of
The age.
which type of wine, age of wine, which winery, if it's bigger, more famous, or less.
Okay. So do you want to talk to them and tell them to come to your store? So just tell my subscribers, you know, you're based here, you sell various wines, and they can obviously come and shop in the future. Because some people don't know that Slovakia has wine. Like when
Yes.
you talk of wine,
Like,
people think of like France.
In Slovakia,
and places like
we are
that.
making wines from 6th century.
You see,
But
so
like modern winery scene is last 30 years.
okay,
We have a lot of our wineries are making wine in organic and bio
oh that's good.
versions. Also, we have in south of Slovakia, we have something like it's calling like authentic wines.
Okay.
They are not filtered.
Oh wow, okay. So that tastes good, isn't it? When it's not filtered, it's much more stronger,
interesting.
basically.
It's
Yeah.
interesting. It depends on which grape variety you have.
Okay.
You know. But in Slovakia, we are using also international
Yeah.
variants as Cabernet Sauvignon, Sauvignon Blanc, or Riesling, and so on.
Okay.
But we have also our own hybrids.
Oh, okay, you do. Okay.
Name of our hybrids are as a river, for example, like
Yeah.
Dunaj is Danube River,
Yeah.
Hron, and so on. These wines are red.
Okay.
Then we have
So the lovely lady there was explaining the sort of wines that is made in Slovakia. It was really helpful to know though, because I never thought that Slovakia was a winemaker. So that was really interesting. She explained how they obviously make the wine and all that jazz. I think Slovakia is one country that people need to learn more about, because there's more to Slovakia than we know. So when I finished at the Wine Planet shop, I went on to explore other parts of the shopping center, and later on I think I went somewhere else to record. I was planning to actually go to a different country that day because it was raining, but later on the rain stopped and I explored more of Bratislava. I'm going to have to end it here because the shopping center was quite big. So if I was to take you around the whole shopping center, it might be too much for you. I hope you enjoyed episode 4 of my best bits in Slovakia. I'm looking forward to episode 5 already. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Please like my videos, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Take care, guys.